So for 80 years, the Tiranga that has risen over a free India, a free Bharat, carrying it with the memories of the freedom struggle and the hopes of generations today as the nation celebrates its 80th Independence Day. The spirit that returns to the Red Fort, the Lal Killa, with 150 years of Vande Mataram that will be honored, and a new generation of Bharatiya, the generation that is now taking center stage. So leading the celebrations from the historic ramparts, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be hoisting the national flag, synchronized with the 21-gun salute. The ceremony will then see the army band play Vande Mataram in a first, with all of the 6 stanzas of the national song being sung from the ramparts of the Red Fort. And as part of the tribute, nearly 2,500 NCC cadets and My Bharat volunteers will form Vande Mataram on Gyan Path, while an Indian Air Force Mi-17 helicopter will carry a commemorative banner and shower flower petals over the gathering when the ceremony concludes. So we'll be getting you all of the live updates before we are expecting the ceremony to begin in a short while from now. But how the Lal Killa, the entire area that has been fortified naturally, as far as there has been rehearsals that have also been taking place. So quickly this morning at 6 a.m., let's get you the live update. Shivam is joining in. Shivam, good morning. Happy Independence Day. Of course, India ushering 80th Independence Day, and we are awaiting the Prime Minister's address.
Exactly, Amita. Happy Independence Day to you and all the viewers of Times Now. And indeed, as you already mentioned, are going to be a very important day, a historic day, 80th day of celebrating India's past, looking at the journey and looking also at the future, setting the goals to develop and going towards the vision of Viksit Bharat. But to make sure that the celebrations go without any interruptions, we are also seeing the heightened security. We are just a few kilometers away from the Red Fort, and we are just on the road that connects the Noida, Uttar Pradesh to the national capital, just 2 kilometers away from the Red Fort. And here you see the multiple layers of security. Here you will see the Sashastra Seema Bal personnel are currently deployed. Proper barricading are being done. They are currently monitoring. On the other side, you will also see the Delhi police personnel also deployed at all the junctions, all the connecting spots to the Red Fort, and also all the entry points inside the national capitals are being closely monitored. As you rightly see, the security personnel as well as the police officials are deployed. Remember, it also coming at the backdrop of a bomb threat that came yesterday in 5 different locations, including Delhi Airport as well as Delhi High Court. So again, while on one side we are eyeing towards another year of celebrating India's independence, these security personnel, the Delhi police officials, more than 2,000 officials are currently on the spot, on the field, on the borders, making sure that the entry happens smoothly and there is no antisocial elements that tries to enter into the national capital or nearby the Red Fort, where in some time we will see some over 1,000 dignitaries, VVIP guests will be entering into the national capital. And here you see currently the security check-in is also currently happening. In detail, the passes are being asked and the car is being thoroughly checked. So here you are currently also seeing the Delhi police officials on the spot, thoroughly checking, the security officials thoroughly checking each and every vehicle passing by it and making sure that all of them has necessary passes that will facilitate the smooth entry and make this entire event a smoother one for the common people. So this is the current situation. We will again, in some time, we will see VVIP dignitaries entering the Red Fort, and when the visuals will come, you will see a mixture of discipline, excitement and anticipation from the Red Fort.
Absolutely, because from the Red Fort, we are expecting, as far as the ceremonial events are also going to be held, and they are going to be scheduled at this time that we are now looking at, of course, across other cities and towns across the country, which will also include flag hoisting, followed by cultural performances. Let me also, in the meantime, put out what the Prime Minister has to say, because the Prime Minister has extended Independence Day greetings to the nation, paying tribute to the countless freedom fighters whose courage and sacrifice ended the colonial rule, and calling their dreams to be a guiding force. The Prime Minister says that India is scaling new heights across sectors as the nation moves ahead with the resolve to build a Viksit Bharat. So that is the Prime Minister's sandesh to the nation, Let's, in the meantime, also connect with Mayank, who is joining us from Red Fort. Mayank, we are looking at Viksit Bharat, the youth, the Yuva of Bharat, and of course, how can we forget the forces of Bharat? So this time, there is going to be an army band consisting of the JCO and 25 other ranks that will be also playing the tune of Vande Mataram, the full rendition of the national song that will be sung by everyone present at the Red Fort.
Yeah, this is for the first time. And as far as the routine is concerned, in that Vande Mataram will be sung for the first time. As soon as Prime Minister alights here, he'll be going in front of the dais, and Vande Mataram will be played immediately. It is after that that national anthem will be played. Routine has been changed in that regard. And mind it, what Shivam has brought out, I need to also underline that point, because I had to come out from the various formations which are made here, because jammers were put there. So right now I'm giving this live from a parking area wherein, there's a lesser number of policemen at least. But then access points have all been guarded very strongly, and everything is being checked thoroughly. And going back to one can hear the voices which are in the background right now. People have already started shouting about Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata, and like that. Bharat Mata Ki Jai, and all these things have already started happening in the background. And we had to come out because of the jammers, because they were blocking the network there, Amita.
All right, so but we're going to talk about as far as the Prime Minister's message is also concerned, because he has extended the Independence Day greetings to the nation and paying tribute to the countless freedom fighters whose courage and sacrifice ended the colonial British Raj, and also calling their dreams to be a guiding force. The Prime Minister says that India is scaling new heights across all sectors as the nation moves ahead to build a resolve of Viksit Bharat 2047. So in the meantime, when we speak of the main theme, this time on the celebrations of 80th Independence Day, the celebrations will also put Yuva Shakti in focus, recognizing young Indians contributing to their country's journey towards Viksit Bharat at 2047. And among the special guests will be 19 medal-winning students from international physics, chemistry, biology, mathematical Olympiads, and also that will be seated on the ramparts. Youth innovators, scientists, entrepreneurs, as well as grassroots workers have also been invited to participate in the celebration. So, Shivam, that is what we are now looking at. All-inclusive guest list, of course. They are going to be VIPs. They are going to be individuals from across the sectors who would be invited. But this time, the theme is Yuva Shakti.
Well, exactly, Amita. And indeed, for the country which is the youngest country in the world, over 60% of the population still under the age of 35, as considered to the previous census. Now, the new census, our data is supposed to come back, and we're expecting more data. It becomes almost unavoidable to talk about the youth, especially when we are heading towards the vision of the Viksit Bharat in 2047. When the country, today we are celebrating its 80th Independence Day, when the country will celebrate its 100th Independence Day, it is the vision of the current government that India has to be in the category of being a developed nation. And that is why you are seeing, as you rightly mentioned, 19 medalists, those young students who have contributed, who have brought a glory to the nation by scoring marks, by competing against the world and bringing medal to the country. Remember, earlier also, just 2 days back, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also met the medalists who came from the Commonwealth game, and that also included some of the youngsters, 23, 24-year-old debutants in Commonwealth games, who brought the gold in some of the sports that has started getting go for the very first time, including judo. Yes. So these are the messages that indeed will motivate the young generation, and will also help them to understand how to contribute more in the democratic principles, and to make sure that the democracy only strengthens in the upcoming years. So again, apart from these 19 medalists, we will also see the beneficiaries of a lot of schemes, the best working volunteers of Delhi Metro, of other metros and other central vista projects as well. They have also been invited as the special guests to honor their efforts in making sure that the country, heads strives towards the goal of Viksit Bharat in a much greater pace. So again, we are seeing on one side, while we are, honoring the youngsters of the country, on the other side, we are also acknowledging the efforts of all those workers, all those beneficiaries, all those startups that have contributed in the overall, not just GDP, but in the overall stature of the country in general towards the world.
Absolutely, because what we're now looking at is over 1,500 people from various states and union territories that would be dressed in traditional Indian attire that have also been invited to witness this grand ceremony today. But Mayank, more importantly, what the president said yesterday on the eve of Independence Day, approving nearly 78 gallantry awards, including 13 posthumous honors for the personnel of the Defense Forces and the Central Armed Police Forces. And, these awards also include Kirti Chakras and Shaurya Chakras and Sena medals and the honors of the Navy Air Force personnel. So this is important there, of course, to highlight the work and the services that they've done for the nation.
The kind of dedication which the men in uniform, which includes the personnel from the armed forces, Army, Navy, and Air Force, and CAPF, I mean, this is the kind of dedication, and it is a big acknowledgement, not but from the whole country, that the way dedicated themselves, and for those families who have lost their men from the families. And this is how the president has actually conferred them with Kirti Chakra, Shaurya Chakra, Sena Medal, men mentioned in dispatches, and mind it, Amita, even the soldiers who are in the form of canines, actually, they have also been given mention in dispatches, Chief of Army Staff, commendation cards and all. And this is how the nation dedicates itself towards the soldiers who have been giving their all or sacrificing themselves and dedicating their services along the borders. And you brought it rightly. I mean, on the occasion of not only Independence Day, Republic Day, we at least try to acknowledge the kind of services which are put up or given by the men in uniform. The families of the people, they are also at times brought in here, and they are also made to see the kind of special occasion which is Independence Day, Amita.
Absolutely, so, because today if we are sleeping soundly, it is because of the armed forces who are guarding our borders. And of course, when we speak of promoting patriotic fervor among citizens, a number of band performances that will be also held across the country. So we are now looking out for that as far as the celebrations continue. Mayank and Shivam, thank you. We'll reconnect. In the meantime, we're going to head into a very short break.